What's up, Bougie babes? It's your girl, Suzie B, back again with another video. We gonna glaze over the fact that I've been gone for like 6 months. It ain't been 6, but it's been a minute. My bad. Life been happening, but I got some great stuff in the works, okay, y'all? I just started doing classes. So if you're interested in a virtual class and you want to learn from me, face to face on the computer, honey, and it's like a party of other people there, I'm telling you, you need to join my classes. There'll be a link in the bio where you can there'll be a link in the description where you can find out more about my classes and stay up to date on any upcoming classes I have coming soon. Anyways, the basis of today's video is teaching you how to get that hot girl summer look. I know you've been seeing it, okay, on IG. All the IG influencers, models, their makeup be looking like this. Like that. Okay, real filter like. So I'm gonna teach you how to get that look. If you're interested in seeing on how I got this hot girl summer look and my specific techniques, tips, and tricks, keep on watching. Boom! Okay, so I know it's been a minute, but as always, I'm gonna start off with my brows. If you would like a full tutorial on my brows, I will have a link below. If you just want like a one-on-one Suzie show me your bougie brow technique, you should definitely click the link in the bio to contact me to schedule that. I love doing the virtual one-on-ones. They're so fun. And then I also do group trainings. So if you need some extra assistance outside of YouTube, holla at your girl, I got you. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and snatch these brows because, honey, that's what I do. So you just want to make sure that you're angling the brow. Like you see where your natural nose bone goes into your brow hairs. That's where you want to angle the brow when you're doing it. So I just follow the natural shape of my brow and then I fill it in. Fill them in like so, like that. So I also just took a concealer. That's 2 to 3 shades lighter than my skin tone to carve out my brows underneath, and then my foundation color on top to make them sharp and perfect, honey. Okay, that's just the first step. So now we're gonna leave the eyes alone and we're gonna move on to prime. So I'm using this Makeup Forever Shine Control Step 1 primer. If you have oily skin, this is the perfect primer for hot girl summer. I say that because if you live in hot, humid states like I do, I live in Texas, Houston to be exact, it is hot, it is humid, and if you are going day drinking and you like at the outside bars, honey, your makeup will melt. Literally melt off your face, and we don't want that to happen, okay? So I'm using a very strong oil control primer, but Milk Hydro Grip Primer works really well as well. If you're using any other primer, I would set with powder on top. This primer is so freaking matte that I'm not gonna touch it with powder on top because then I'm gonna look a cakey mess. That ain't cute, we don't like that. So I'm gonna go straight into foundation. So for hot girl summer, I do 2 different options, right? Depending on the look I'm going for. So you could do a skin tint or you can go with a full coverage foundation, honey. It just depends on how bad you wanna be. You wanna be a baddie or you wanna give skin, but better, okay? Today, we wanna be a baddie, okay? So we're gonna go in with a full coverage foundation, which is my NARS Soft Matte Foundation. I love the NARS Soft Matte Foundation for me because I do have oily skin. So as my natural oils start to come out throughout the day, it just gives it a more skin-like finish. But initially, I'm gonna look perfect. Yeah, that's the word. So this is in the shade Marquise. So this is in the shade Marquise's. I actually need a deeper shade for the summertime, but I have not gone back to get that. Anyways, so the next step is highlighting. So we're gonna take a shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than our normal skin tone. You can start off with 1 shade and then go back in with a lighter one to do even further highlighting. But the look of this hot girl Instagram model type thing is lifted. Everything is all about lifting. So when you are applying your concealer, you want to make sure that everything is lifting up. You are lifting things, not dragging things down. So we're going to blend this out first, and then I'll come back at a lighter shade and then blend that out. So now that I'm lit, I'm gonna set typically with your powder, you want to set with a lighter colored powder. So I'm going to set with this powder from Fenty, their loose setting powder and honey. I'm sorry, this is a banana, not honey. And I'm not baking, okay? I'm literally just putting enough powder to melt into my skin. I am 30 years old. I do not bake. Baking, for those of us who are over 30, is only gonna let that settle into our fine lines and create more wrinkles. I don't have any right now, but I also don't want any. So there's no need to bake, hun. So we are set. The next step in this process is we're going back to the eyes. So remember I said for like hot girl summer, the hot girl summer look, everything should be lifted and going up and just looking, you know, snatched. I'm gonna start off with the color that I use for contouring on a small detailed fluffy brush like this. This one is the Morphe M507 brush. And I'm just gonna take my contour powder on here. And all I'm gonna do is brush it across my lid as if it was a liner, right? When I get here, I'm gonna bring it up and it's angled towards the tail end of my brow. Okay, so it's gonna give that lifted effect. Now, the reason that I choose a contour color and not another color is because you want it to look almost not intentional, like your eyes are just naturally doing that. And once we finish the look, you'll see it completed and you're like, oh, that makes sense. Right now it just looks crazy, but just stay with me, we getting somewhere. Then I take my bronzing shade, which is like this reddish tone from Juvia's Place called Neo, and I go right over top that and I just follow along that same path. All right, dim is the eyes for now. So the next step in our hot girl summer look, okay, is bronzing and contouring. Now, bronzing and contouring are two different things and they have to do with technique, sometimes color. So contouring is all about structure. It's all about structuring your face, framing your face, changing the shape of your face, or accentuating the shape of your face. Usually you would want to use more muted tones, cool tones for contouring because it adds shadow in the face. Bronzing adds warmth into the face. You want to add warm tones. So bronzing usually is like a reddish color for darker skin tones. It can be a brown based color as well. And bronzing is bringing the natural shadows back into your face, right? So when you apply your foundation, you look like a baked potato or a sweet potato before you add all the shadows back. So to avoid looking like a sweet potato, we bronze and contour. So I like to contour, but for hot girl summer, I contour and bronze. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so both sides are done. So take a look at this side and you see how we did that shadow and it's flowing up. So now that we have this contour, it's starting to make sense, right? You're starting to see the vision come to fruition, okay? So then the next step is across the forehead. You do not have to do this. I don't usually do this, but I'm doing it for the sake of the video. Contouring across the forehead, what this does is if you have a 5 head, an excessive forehead, you want to bring the forehead down, make it a little smaller, okay? And you do that by adding shadows there. So you want to make sure that that is blended in to perfection and there's no line of demarcation. We should not be able to see where your contour starts and ends in comparison to your concealer, okay? Or your highlighting. So I don't want to change the shape of my nose. I just want to make it look, you know, cleaner and make everything mesh together. This is the part that makes the brows make sense. So I'm going to get closer. So down the side of my nose where you already see that natural shadow happening, you want to take your brush and run it down the side. But now you want to bring it up to the head of your brow and flick that color into the head of your brow. Do you see how that's coming to be defined? We'll do it again because we need more color. So you take it down the side of your nose, bring it up to the head of your brow, and flick the color into the head of your brow. The next step is you want to push this color across your crease, the natural crease of your eye. And what this is going to do, making sure that you leave space right here where your highlighted color is under your brow bone. This is going to make everything melt together. Also, what this does is it takes that harshness out of the brow and it allows the brow to look more natural and not so boxy. Right? All right, fun part, bronzing. So remember how I explained bronzing in the beginning? Bronzing is bringing the shadows back into your face. Contouring is providing structure. So you can contour or, you can contour or bronze, or you can contour and bronze, right? So if you want to do one or the other, that's fine. Just know which look you're going for. So for bronzer, I usually like to pull from this Juvia's Place the Hair and Blush palette, volume 1, and I use the color Neo. It's a reddish color. It's a brown based color, but it has a red tip to it. So what I do is I go along with an even fluffier brush. This is the e.l.f. Small Tapered brush, and you see it goes to a point. So I take that in the same place that I contoured, but I bring it in. Okay, and I flick it up into my cheek. Again, the point of bronzer is to bring shadows back, and it's a more blown out effect, less structure. Now ready. Same thing on the sides of your nose. This is the part that makes this the hot girl summer shade, okay? Because you these things. Wait till I'm done. Again, I'm using the same brush and sweeping that across our eyes. So all the hues here are the same that's here. We brought that color up there, so everything is going this way, right? Work with me. I'm gonna take this highlight shade Lila, same palette. On my finger, hit the tip of your nose. It's gonna make you look cute like a button, shine bright like a diamond when the light hits you. The point in using highlighter is when you're out, the sun hits you, it's gonna bounce off of the high points of your face. When the sun hits the high points of your face, it's gonna gleam and glow, and they're gonna be like, dang, she a hot girl. She's a hot girl. She's her, okay? You also want to take that on the highest points of your cheeks and then hit the apples of your cheeks as well. Now, I like to do my highlighter before I add on blush. You do not have to do blush. I personally like blush. I choose an orange blush. This is Toby, same palette. Orange looks great on deeper skin tones. It also looks great on lighter skin tones, but deeper skin tones, you're gonna see Henny. So you just take that on the apples of your cheek, but you also blow it back and blend it into your contour and bronzing, so everything meshes together. You don't want anything to look out of place or like a line here, a line here, a line here. Everything should just be blended together, and it should just be one total face. Okay, all right. Let me scoot in so you can see what we're working with here. Okay, so for liner, I'm not gonna look at y'all, but I'm gonna talk y'all through this process. So I'm looking down into a mirror. Okay, halfway, then stop. So as you get midpoint to your eye, you wanna start lifting and going higher, because it's gonna look like, it should look like the line is getting thicker as you get to the end. Flick up right there towards the end of your brow and connect it, okay? Now I'm gonna take it a step further and I'm gonna pull that color down. So it looks like a cat. Okay, next one. So now I'm gonna take a flesh colored liner. This one is Taupe by NYX. Sorry, it's Gilded Taupe by NYX Epic Wear liner stick. And I line my waterline with that, and then I'm gonna take mascara down on my bottom lashes. On my top, I'm gonna add falsies, put on my lipstick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so last step in the hot girl summer process, okay? So I'm gonna take a liner. This is Hot Cocoa from NYX. You can also use Espresso from Hot Cocoa. So what you wanna do is kind of overline your lips, but not to the point where it looks Kim Kardashian-like. Okay, now you see how that natural pout is just sitting? You can leave it like this, but I like to take a lighter gloss. This is Barely There from Juvia's Place. It be sold out all the time, so you gotta catch it when you catch it. And I just sit there right in the middle. Purr. Big purr. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is the look, y'all. This is Hot Girl Summer 101. Okay, so if you want to get that Hot Girl Summer look, this is what you need to do. Okay, thank y'all for watching. I promise not to stay away too long next time. My bad. We're gonna get the ball rolling and act like it never happened, okay? All right, thank you for joining me. Please make sure you like this video. Comment on the video. Let me know what you found helpful. If you have any questions, tips or tricks, let me know. Make sure you share the video with your friends and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. I need to get to like 500 subscribers, okay? And I know y'all can help me get there. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.